Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about our curriculum picks for the 2024-2025 school year. And I know a lot of you have probably already started your homeschool year. However, Chicago doesn't go back until today, August 26th. We are starting next week. Just because I'm still waiting for a few more things to come in. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. So we are starting next week. And our main piece of curriculum that I selected was Torchlight. So it's Level K Worldly Wisdom Torchlight Literature-Based Secular Curriculum, and it's a trip around the world. And the reason why I selected this was because it was one of those that's, I wouldn't necessarily say it's open and go, but it does cover all of the subjects that you need to hit in a school day. So the state of Illinois doesn't require, they don't have any specific days, testing, or anything like that you have to have in order to homeschool. They just require certain subjects to be taught, which is math, reading, writing, science, social studies, physical education. So basically I just wanted to find something that would tackle all of those subjects in the best way possible, because I have a kindergartner and a first grader, and I just wanted to be able to do it together as much as possible. So this can be taught as a family style, which I like. Its targeted audience are ages 5 to 7, but they say that depending on what you add and take away, it could be used for 4 to 8-year-olds as well, which is perfect for what I need. It does have an included science component, and that is targeted for ages 4 to 7, and it's with a program called Be Naturally Curious, and they're basically just mini science units. Those are the only things I haven't printed out and have with me today, because we don't start those science units till week 5. So if you purchase the Torchlight curriculum, they actually give you a 60% off code to use to purchase the Be Naturally Curious science units. So it comes, the Be Naturally Curious units, there are 8 different units. They're, like I said, starting with week 5, and they do give you a 60% off code in order to purchase those PDFs as well. 60% off is a pretty decent discount. This includes character building. It has literature, poetry, art, music, geography, social studies, culture, science. And like I said, the only thing you would have to select would be math and reading programs. It does come with a decent amount of, it's a literature base, so it comes with a decent amount of spines that you need. I have some of them here. I'm still waiting on some of them, but Aesop's Fables for children, of course. I feel like this is always used for literature-based programs, but we have this one. What do you celebrate? Holidays and festivals around the world. This is the recommended art spine, collage workshop for kids, and it's by the Eric Carle Museum, which I thought was pretty cool. So there's nice little colorful things there for you to do with your students. Big Science for Little People. This is what you use for the first few weeks. This and the atlases are more so what you're going to be using for science for your first few weeks until you get into week 5 and start hitting those Be Naturally Curious science units. The Smithsonian Children's Illustrated Atlas. This is very pretty. So like, for instance, here's Italy. That was just the first page I opened up to, but I thought that's very pretty. So there's this one. So this one's Song of the Wild, a first book of animals. This won't be used every week, but it's still considered a spine because you basically go through the whole book. But like this one, Colors and Shapes, more than 300,000 different creatures and just one word for them, beetles. My older son loves beetles, so this is a very, very pretty book of different animals, which is fun. And then there's Atlas of Adventures, and then I'm also waiting on Atlas of Animal Adventures as well. But yeah, so this is just a few different things that you would see in these kinds of books. So there's those. Like I said, those are just some of the spines. And then also what I really like about this curriculum is that it gives you a separate PDF where you can just print the weekly book list. So this is week 1, week 2, week 3. And it's nice because it has 2 different columns, so one for owned and then the other one for library. So if you like to be like me and get your library books in order ahead of time, you can plan that out in advance. And like I said, it goes through all 36 weeks, which is pretty nice. And then just as like an example of what like you would go through. So this is the week at a glance. As you can see, it's the literature and poetry, art and music, geography, social studies and culture, science, character building, and then you'd fill in whatever math you're using, and then reading and writing, in addition to whatever reading and writing program you choose. And then they also have some videos, like short videos to watch as well, and it just gives you a complete checklist of everything you need to get ready. One of the spines is also, I'm waiting for that one as well. It's called Culture Cooking, and just every week you try a different recipe related to the area that you're studying. So week 1 is European Russia, and you would be cooking something related to Russian cuisine. So that's kind of like the basis for that, every different category. And then if you want, they have a subject called extensions, and that's just if you want some extra stuff to add on. So you can make Russian tea, you can have your students create their own artwork that represents their family's cultural traditions. You could read the Nutcracker if you choose so, and then it also comes with videos and then also apps that you could use as well to relate to the area that you were covering. So it's very in-depth, which I like. I'm very excited to get this started because I think my kids will really like it. It just seems like it's a fun way to learn about all of these topics. So like I said, that Torchlight Level K is what our main curriculum is going to be. And then it also comes with student workbooks as well. I have one for each of my kids. And then, so for instance, week 2, let's just go to week 1 because I know what week 1 is. So you write European Russia, they would color it, and then they would draw a picture relating to it. So they have one of those for each of the weeks. And then towards the back, this is called the animal spotlight, and then they would write their name, the whatever animal lives in/around. It looks like this, lives here, vertebrae, invertebrate, and then some interesting facts about the animals. So if your kids are animal lovers, like mine are, that's also fun to have. And then they also come with these little badges. That's what the blank space is here for. So you'd print out the badges, and as they complete that page, they earn a badge, which is very fun. And then there's a little smiley face system at the bottom to rate what they think about whatever they're writing there or drawing the picture of their report on. So those are the student workbooks. And then, so for my kindergartner, we started the How to Teach Your Child to Read in 100 easy lessons. We're about 41 lessons into that. So we're going to finish this up with him first before moving on to anything else. But once he is done with that, we are going to be doing the McGuffey's Eclectic Primer and Eclectic First Reader. My first grader is going to be doing this as well. This is going to be an add-on to his reading. I can do a separate video of more in-depth of how these work. So for instance, this is level 1, and those are the different words, the different sounds that they'll be saying, and then he would read the sentence, a cat and a rat, and then a rat and a cat. You talk about periods, you talk about the different sounds that the letters can make. So A makes 3 sounds, A, and just kind of that sort of thing. And then once he masters that, you move on to lesson 2. And again, it's the vocabulary, the sounds, and then the sentences that they would run. And then you would also do this for copywork as well, because it is a Charlotte Mason inspired curriculum. So you could use this for copy work as well. Have them draw a picture if your kids aren't at the copyright or copy work level yet. So yeah, very excited to dig into these guys. And then our other main curriculum is going to be math. And I have this one. Okay. So I have the kindergarten and the first grade math with confidence. And the reason why I selected this math curriculum is because it has a 4-day work week, and then the 5th day is optional picture books. And my boys love books. They don't care what you're reading to them as long as you read. They each come with teacher guides as well. And I just thought that they would enjoy doing 4 days for math and then the 5th day just being like a fun book to read regarding what they're learning. So that's why I ended up deciding to go with Math with Confidence. And then for Spanish, we are doing Beautiful Mundo. And I'll do a separate video on this curriculum as well. But this is what I picked. And then it also comes with separate books. So it has Letras y Animales. So they have a coloring book that it comes with. And then Mi Libro de Cuentos. So my story or my book of stories. And they will read a book. It's Shyla Mason style or inspired. So they would read a book, or you would read the book to them. They would draw a picture. My kindergartner, I'll write for him. My first grader will be able to write it relating to the book that they read. So very simple. I'm very excited for that. We're also going to be doing, we started this in the summer. We haven't finished it. So we're finishing up Woven Melodies. We're going to do this once a week on Friday. Because throughout the week, the Torchlight curriculum has music thrown in there. So this is just going to be our Friday curriculum. So we're just going to be finishing this one up. And then musical instruments, my younger son is going to be practicing and learning the recorder, and then my older son is going to be practicing and learning the 3-string guitar. He got a guitar from his uncle as a gift, and so we've started doing that, and we'll be doing that about 3 times a week in addition to everything else that we're doing. And they're also going to be doing soccer and swimming. So we have a very full homeschooling year schedule, and I'm very excited to get started. I honestly can't wait. And I wish you guys the most amazing homeschool year for those of you that do so. If you have any questions or you want separate videos on something, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.